All right. Excited to be here at IMN in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for
Sure.
joining us here in Buckhead.
Yep.
Tyler, tell me a little bit about what you guys are focused on, unit count, and what you're most passionate about right now.
Sure. Yeah. So we've got 27 properties right now that we've invested in across our first two funds. A little over 7,000 units.
Wow.
Just closed 326 unit ground up development project a couple weeks ago
Congrats.
here in Atlanta. Yeah, we're excited about it.
What's the timeline on that when you say ground up?
Yeah, so we're about to ground break in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll be developing over the next, call it 30 months.
Yeah.
But first units, some townhomes delivering, by middle of next year. Excited about it.
Amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Providing housing for people who need it. So
That's right.
takes time. What are you most excited about? Is it the renovations of existing properties? Is it building new stuff? Is it learning about new areas? And tell me a little about maybe the geography as well.
Yeah, so we play all the way from Texas over to the Carolinas and everything south. Call it SEC country historically.
What's your team?
Yeah, I'm a Georgia Tech guy.
Okay.
So right here in Atlanta.
Yeah, Ramblin' Wreck.
That's right. Yeah, I think we do a mix of ground up and acquisitions. I think the exciting thing is in our space, which is workforce and affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
Most municipalities and states are finally on board with creating incentive programs, which really helps make these deals pencil. So Atlanta, obviously Mayor Dickens has done a fantastic job, with his goal of 20,000 units, which the last couple of mayors also had, but he's actually, putting dollars out there to get things done. And I think we're halfway there, almost at the end of his first term. The Carolinas have an awesome tax abatement program too. We just had a meeting with a nonprofit that plays in these deals that helps get a property tax abatement in exchange for the affordability at the property level. And then Texas, introduced some really crazy, great new legislation. Not the PFC, HFC stuff, but more inclusionary zoning, administrative, by right approval for affordable housing. And so, we're excited that the kind of tides have turned.
If obviously a lot of sessions going on. Were you speaking at this one?
I did.
Yeah.
I spoke on a capital markets session,
Okay.
8 a.m. the first morning.
Oh, always fun.
Yeah.
Always fun. But it's great. It's probably actually a good time to get it done at the beginning.
Yep.
What were the hot topics you covered?
Yeah, I mean, we talked, high level where we are in the market, how deals are underwriting, how we're making deals pencil, things like that, and where we think, things are going throughout 2025 and early 26.
What do you look for in a partner too? And what do you look for, when you're going out to look at properties, maybe share a little bit about your thesis and what you look for in great people, whether it's reputation or history or some kind of vision.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're primarily a CRA fund. So most of our investors are banks looking to get Community Reinvestment Act credits at the project level. So 51% of units affordable at less than 80% very immediate income. We try to find partners that are very mission aligned with us, that want to create affordable or kind of this missing middle housing. That's kind of our bread and butter, is playing in the 80 to 120% AMI space.
Yep.
We like groups that, have done multiple projects. They've taken deals full cycle. They've been through different cycles in the real estate market, and particularly in a specific market or region. Think Atlanta, Georgia, or maybe just the Southeast in general, where they have a thesis on the type of housing that they're building, the type of markets that they go in. Think access to healthcare, education, and manufacturing jobs. Like, those are all markets we like. And so we try to find sponsors that have that same thesis.
Right. And thinking about, places like Trilith and, areas like obviously Macon continues to grow, but I'm seeing like Pooler, out by Savannah, Georgia. Are those areas as well that you're getting really excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we like to be building in a major MSA where maybe there's a community there's manufacturing. So, Macon, we could do something all around that central Georgia area, Macon as the hub. There might be jobs for manufacturing or hospital system out there, Mercer, and people are living in a specific community, but, they're quite a ways away from where their job is. We like to build housing closer to their jobs. Traditionally, we've played more like if we were going to go to Savannah, Pooler would be an interesting market to us. Saw something recently in Port Wentworth, same kind of area, even, looking at something over in Carrollton now.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've also heard about concessions, like certain areas almost in the dense areas now. So where the concessions are, as you go further outside the perimeter, you don't need them.
Yep.
Is there anything you're seeing there? Is there anything
Yeah.
you pay attention to? Maybe some cycles or some trends you're seeing.
Yeah. So typically, the type of housing we're building, particularly on the development side, we will be best in class in a submarket where there's, nodes for jobs. And so we haven't been hit by the concessions quite as much as maybe some of the higher density, class A luxury urban infill product has been. In this new project we invested in Atlanta is an infill neighborhood, higher density, but we won't be fully delivering on the multifamily units until 2027. So feel pretty good about, supply cliff dropping off, the monthly absorption numbers in Atlanta. We're optimistic. I think as a whole, if you look at most places in the country and the absorption numbers, I think we'll be in a good spot this time next year.
I think geography plays such an important part. Do you have like a rule that you like to get on a flight within a certain amount of time to be able to get to your properties, or you like to have boots on the ground? Is there something you kind of focus on, some rules?
Definitely like the proximity. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm the only person on our team based in Atlanta, but we've got team members in Texas and Austin and San Antonio as well. So we like proximity to those where we can quickly get out to a site if there's an issue, lease up problems, something going on at the property within, a couple hours, we can be there.
Right. Any other things you want to share? It's important to you.
Yeah.
I'll be in the studio soon, the live studio here in Buckhead.
That's right.
But anything else, is important to you right now, thinking about we're right at the halfway point in the year, 6 months to go for 25.
Yeah, I think generally the willingness for new investors to come into the affordable and workforce housing space has been a real bright spot over the last couple of years. As you mentioned, concessions, people are seeing that. I think institutional investors, life insurance companies, pension funds, where they have a large portion of their portfolio allocated to core assets. Those assets are taking a hit, both from the interest rate and cap rate side, but also, concessions on rent. They're understanding now that, the affordable and workforce side is kind of counter-cyclical to those when, if we were, knock on wood, enter into a recessionary environment, affordable performs much better. There's all of a sudden an influx of new affordable renters, and we've got a massive housing shortage. So we're optimistic about the conversations we're having with institutional investors now.
Great. It's awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Sure. And, always great to see you at the IMNs, but also to be in person. So,
Likewise.
it's great business. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.